Thanks, David. I'm really excited to be here today with Paul Hepfer, CEO of Project Open Hand. Paul, welcome to the Great Pause. We're really thrilled you could join us today.
Thanks, Eileen. We really appreciate this opportunity.
And of course, Project Open Hand has been such an inspiration for so many of us here in the Bay Area. Can you tell all of us a little bit more about your work and your services to the community?
Sure, thanks. Again, Project Open Hand, we're celebrating our 35th anniversary this year. Project Open Hand provides approximately 1 million meals a year to San Francisco and Alameda County. And we really focus on the most vulnerable in the community. And those are individuals with heart disease, diabetes, HIV, cancer, and other complex chronic health issues. We provide medically tailored meals, medically tailored groceries. We have 2 grocery centers, one in Alameda and one in San Francisco. And we do a lot of home delivered meals for individuals that aren't able to come out and pick up their own food.
That's incredible, and I've heard a lot about how you have tailored these meals, like you mentioned the medically tailored nutrition. Can you tell us a little bit more about how that's different, how what your services provide are different than other meal providers?
Sure. Yeah, for people that are dealing with some complex chronic health issues, it's really important for them to have the information, the medication, and all the other resources needed to self-manage their health condition. So like, for instance, if you have heart disease, our meals are created with a registered dietitian working hand in hand with our chefs and our kitchen staff to really provide that meal that is going to help that person maintain the highest level of health. That's similar if you have end-stage renal disease, someone that has dialysis, they have special nutritional needs. So our meals are tailored for all those individuals and with those specific health conditions in mind. So really, when we talk about, you hear a lot of talk about food security and food insecurity. What we really think it's important to talk about is nutrition insecurity, because someone that has these special diet requirements, they have above and beyond needs to help them manage their health conditions. And there's a number of agencies throughout the state that are part of the California Food as Medicine Coalition that meet those individual requirements.
With your focus on food as medicine, it could be challenging to meet the needs of your clients and your community. Can you tell us a little bit about how Project Open Hand is adapting to the challenges of this time?
Sure. Yeah, before the shelter-in-place mandate on March 17th, I believe, we served meals, hot daily meals at over 16 sites throughout San Francisco. And these were locations where seniors had the opportunity to go and socialize and get a hot meal provided by us and a few other providers in the city. And when the shelter in place recommendations came down, we more than doubled our production of individual frozen medically tailored meals and worked with volunteers and our staff and a number of people to in very short order figuring out a distribution channel to get the meals to those individuals. So now they do have medically tailored meals delivered right to them, because really those are the individuals that we know nationally and throughout the world that have the greatest complications associated if they do contract COVID.
Okay, now we are running out of time, Paul, but I do want to touch on how the community can support Project Open Hand. And that is, I would love to hear just a few thoughts on what you would like to share with local leaders, as well as just the general public. How can we help and support your efforts?
Well, this organization was really founded by volunteers, and we have over 100 volunteers a day before the COVID virus outbreak. And because of social distancing, we had to dramatically reduce the number of volunteers that we have, which has meant we've had to hire more labor, and we've had to bring in part-time people to produce, to make up for where we've lost in volunteer help. So really, one of the greatest ways to support us is go to our website and commit to purchasing medically tailored meals for people that are sheltering in place, and to really pay attention to this issue over the next 12 months. This isn't a 1-month issue. We're really concerned about the nutrition security of our most vulnerable over the month and over the next year to come, really.
Thank you so much for joining us, Paul. We really
Thank you.
appreciate all that you and your team are doing, and I'm going to go ahead and send it back now to David and Jen.
Thank you.